legally, I am South African. So you can talk from the traditional standpoint and say that I'm not South African. Okay, if that makes you sleep at night. But legally, on paper, I am South African. So it does not matter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So recently I made a video on TikTok that went semi-viral. It's not even really viral. It just, like, you know, reached a wider audience, and I'm going to put the video in here.
A foreigner will always do better in another country than in their own homeland. This is why I do believe that South Africans should travel more. You should see you should experience what it's like to be a foreigner, so that you can understand why other foreigners are coming to your country and excelling. When they're coming to your country and working a minimum wage job, they're doing that because they can't afford to live comfortably. Because when a foreigner comes to South Africa, the first thing they have to understand is that I am not from that country. So because they are not from that country, they can't be picky, they can't be comfortable, they have to work hard, and they understand that they have to work hard. That's why they would work a job that will pay them 500 Rand a week. 500 Rand a week, and work a very taxing, very hard job that a lot of people in South Africa would not do, but they are doing it because they have to. If I go to Zambia right now, I have no family in Zambia, I don't know anyone in Zambia, I will do whatever it takes for me to have food, for me to be clothed, for me to sustain my own life, for me to have a place to sleep. I will do whatever it takes because I can't go to another country and be lazy. So it's a bit of an unfair advantage that they have. Say, for example, my dad used this example, and I'm going to use it right now. A soccer team. There are two soccer teams. One soccer team, they're wearing boots, and another one they're not. Obviously, the one that's not is going to have to work harder than the one that does. And let's say the foreigners are the ones that have the boots. They have experience. They have that knowledge of another place, another country that they're in. And then when they come to your country, it's almost like their eyes are open. They see other things that can be done, see things that you can't see because you don't have the same level of experience. If you go to another country as a South African, if you go to another country right now, you will see other things. You will see things that they don't have that you probably have in your country, and you will be like, I can introduce this to them and I'll probably make money. I can start this business. But when you are in your own country, you have that sense of comfortability. You have that mindset of, if this doesn't go well for me, I have family. Or you probably just think, you know what, you can say, I don't feel like going to work today. You can say that, but somebody who is in that country and it's not theirs, they can't afford to say, I don't feel like working today. Because if they lose their job, if whatever happens to them, where will they go? Their mindset is very, very much different. I was working at a Chinese shop. It was a very it was not a good job, trust me. I was getting paid 700 a week. 100 a day. Trust me, for those who know, that's not a lot of money. And I was working with a Malawian woman. She had been working there for 2 whole years, and I really commended her. I always told her, you are a very strong woman, because the job required a lot of her, and she never got days off, ever. Like, from January to December. Christmas, she had no days off on Christmas. So she would work every day from Monday to Sunday, getting 100 Rand a day. And I left after 2 weeks. I did not last long in that job, but when I was there, I always used to ask her, why are you staying? And she said, because I have no other option. If I leave here, I won't get another job. And there was a time when she said that she did leave because I can't remember what the reason was, but she left. And after a month or so, they called her back. Reason being, they said that there was nobody who was willing to work the job. Because now they started hiring South African people, and just like me, they were like, I don't have to take this. Like, that's literally what I said. I really don't have to take this. Like, I don't have to take all this work for this little money. I really don't have to do that. So all of them had the same mindset as me, because I am in my home country and they are in their home country. They don't have to deal with that. But she could not afford to think like that. So when they called her back, because she said, I already don't have a job. She did not have a job for a minute. She was like, I don't have a job. I need the money. I'm going to go back. So she went back to that same situation. And these people wanted her back because it's like they were not able to find anyone to fill her place. You get? And these people are willing to work for these little paying jobs because they're doing it out of necessity. They have no other option. They can't be picky. They have no choice. They can't think of comfortability, because if they do, they won't eat. So I hope this opened your eyes so that you can understand why, when foreigners go to any country, if a foreigner comes to any country that is not theirs, why they excel, why they progress, because it's not their country and they have to work hard. They can't afford to slack. So I hope that makes sense. I hope.
So a lot of people took my video well. A lot of people were positive about it. A lot of people were like, oh my gosh, I get what you're saying. And then a lot of people just did not understand what I was saying and took it to a direction that I didn't take it to, or whatever. So basically what I said is that if you go to a different country from the country you're currently in, you will see things differently from the local people. So if somebody who's from another country comes to your country and is doing well in your own country, it's probably because they have now gotten experience, because now they're using the knowledge that they have from their own country and applying it in your country. So what I said is that South African youth must travel more. That's what I said, so that they can understand why other people are able to have a living in their country. I did not say, because a lot of people in the comment section were like, oh, are you suggesting that we migrate to other countries? I said, I did not say that. I said travel. Traveling and migrating, parallel to the equator thing. They are parallel. They're not the same thing. So if I say you should travel, it's the same way that you guys will save money to go to the UK and spend a month there and come back. It's the same thing. You do it with your fellow African countries. And a lot of people are like, I traveled to the UK, I traveled to the US, and it didn't change my mindset at all. Life is tough it didn't change my mindset at all. Like, yeah, I went to these countries and my mindset didn't change. You're coming from a developed country. I was talking about South Africans mainly. You're coming from a developed country and you're going to a developed country. Of course, you're not gonna learn anything. It's like me trying to learn how to be rich, and let's say I'm poor, and then I go to another poor person to learn how to be rich. Does that make sense? No, put yourself in rich environments. Yes, you will probably be beneath all the people, but you'll put yourself in that environment and you'll see, how do they act? What do they do? How do they behave? Okay, so that's what they do, and that's how they act, and that's how they behave, so this is the outcome. Okay, that's how you learn. If you come to another, let's say if a South African comes to Malawi, and with all the things that you know about life, with all the things that you have on a daily basis that is normal to you, and you come to this country and you see, oh, these people don't have this, they don't have that, they don't have that. Oh, if these people did this, then this would be the outcome. But they don't do it because they don't know. Okay, so if someone started this type of business in their country, they would really do well. Now in their country, they have this, and it fascinates me because it's not in my country. So maybe, just maybe, if I introduced this different thing in my country, maybe I would do well. Or you can look at your own situation and see people in another country and say, you know what? I need to appreciate my life more. Because a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, South Africa is better than every other country. Oh my God. Why? How do you know that? On the internet. You've never even been to any other country to know that. So when you go to the other countries and you see for yourself, then you should definitely be able to say, you know what? I should be thankful that I have the privilege to live in a country where I have so much opportunity, and the things that I see as a problem in other countries, they don't see it as a problem. The things that I see to be, crazy, weird in other countries is normal. So you learn about other countries instead of looking up everything on the internet. You actually see it real life. And the reason why I was saying that people should travel more is because some of you have your opinions about other countries or other places, yet you have lived in one province in South Africa and you will die in that province because you don't have the desire to go anyway. Actually, you don't have the desire to go anywhere. You would rather live and die in the same situation, not knowing anything outside of that. I feel like that's a very ignorant way to live life, because you won't know anything. You won't learn anything. You won't have any type of experience in life. A lot of people were commenting under there saying that I am speaking from a place of privilege. No, I personally believe that you are speaking from a place of privilege. When people were saying that, oh, yeah, they are working these minimum paying jobs, below minimum wage paying jobs, but they're getting exploited. I understand that they are getting exploited, and that is wrong. They're not supposed to get exploited. But why am I saying you're speaking from a place of privilege? Where I stay, across the road, there's a village, right? Now, people in those villages will probably go to rich people's houses and ask, oh, I want to work in your garden, I want to do this and that and that. And the rich people will say, yes, come. But they will be exploited. They won't pay them the amount of money they need to be able to feed their families or whatever. Because here, if someone works in a garden, they're using a hoe, they're using a slasher. You all have lawnmowers. Like, they're not doing that soft work. They're actually working. but then they'll get paid peanuts. But to them, it's like, it's either I get paid these peanuts or I don't eat. So I would rather, yeah, get exploited and do something that I don't want to do. It's not fun, but I can eat. But I have food. That is more important to them than just worrying about how they're being treated. The fact that their family can eat is more important to them than how they're being treated. So imagine me, who's a bit more privileged than them. I go there and I say, you shouldn't allow people to exploit you. You shouldn't allow people to... They'll even look at me like, girl, are you good? Like, are you good? And a lot of people saying that I'm speaking from a place of privilege. They're like, you don't know, you've never suffered. You don't know anything about life. I probably have suffered way more than most of you, speaking in that comment section. I know what life is. I have seen actual suffering. You have not seen actual suffering. For a lot of people in South Africa, suffering is just not being able to eat meat on the side. That's suffering to you. Here is not being able to eat. Period. If someone is poor, they struggle to find ends meet, and you don't see that. You just see rainbows, cupcakes, and chocolates, and you want everything to always remain rainbows, cupcakes, and chocolates. That's not how life works. And I grew up in a situation where we came to this country, to Malawi. I'm South African. Gonna get into that. I am South African. And when I was like 7 years old, we came to Malawi, and I grew up here. And I saw a lot of things that I probably would not have seen in South Africa. And yes, when we first got here, our life was tough. We would not eat proper meals. When we first got here, we would boil an egg, and my mom would tell me that I should pretend it's KFC, because I used to cry whenever we eat it. I'm like, I don't want to eat this. And she would be like, just pretend it's wada. Like that's we had to pretend. That's how much suffering we had to pretend. But anyway, so I come from a situation like that. And then over the years, I saw how people can progress. People can make something out of nothing. My dad built this house from bottom up, and I saw how it can be possible, and it's still not done. But I've seen how it's possible for that to be done. So obviously, when I go to other countries where they're more developed, where they don't have to go through all that work to get to the point where I am at now, or my family is at now, they probably don't have to do as much work as I have seen other people do. I see more opportunities in that country. Well, for you, because you don't know any better, you don't know anything outside, you don't know that people are working way harder to get to the point where you're at. They're working way harder to get to that point. You don't see that ever. So you just think that everybody is on the same level with you when it comes to like struggling or poverty. For me, I do feel like somebody who is earning a minimum wage in South Africa lives a better off life than somebody who's earning a minimum wage in Malawi. You guys are two completely different people. Completely different people. You can't compare this one to the other one. Like, that would be very unfair, because you guys are living two completely different lives. So that's why I feel like some of you, when you're saying these things like, oh, they shouldn't allow themselves to get exploited, you're speaking from a place of privilege, because you honestly don't know what people are going through, what's going on in their life. You don't know what other countries are going through. When you say that they should stop working for companies that exploit them, you don't know why they even work in there, because if it was so easy for them to leave, they would have left. But the fact that they're not leaving just shows that it's not as easy as you may think. Now, on me being South African, a lot of people in the comment section were saying, you're not South African, because someone said because a South African would not think, if you think more like a foreigner, then you're not South African. So you're going to denounce someone's citizenship because they don't share the same worldview as you. And I promise there are people in South Africa that don't share the same worldview. So you're saying that the ones that don't agree with you should or just be like they're not South African. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And a lot of people are saying, from traditional standpoint, technically you're not South African because we take after our father's side, and that is in majority of African countries. That is in majority of African countries. Even here, if someone is from a certain tribe and then they marry into that tribe, the kids are the father's tribe. That happens in a lot of African countries. But unfortunately for you, legally, I am South African. So you can talk from the traditional standpoint and say that I'm not South African. Okay, if that makes you sleep at night. But legally, on paper, I am South African. So it does not matter. Hey, what? That does not matter. It really does not matter. And you trying to use that as a, oh my god, gotcha moment is stupid. It's really stupid, because if I was agreeing with you, if I was saying something that you liked to hear, you would have not said that I'm not South African. No, you would actually be like, she's one of us. No, but because I'm saying something you don't want to hear, now I'm not South African. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And I want you guys to notice that also in the video, I did not mention anything about immigration, illegal immigration, legal immigration, about whatever you guys are talking about. I did not talk about that. I just talked about traveling and gaining experience. Traveling, I didn't say you must migrate. I didn't say you must stay there for 15 years. Someone said, so you say we must stay 15 years in another country? I said, did I say that? I said travel. Travel. I'm staying. Two different things. That's the thing. Listen to what is being said. I said travel. So if I now go, of which I've been to Zambia a few times, right? And I've spent only longest I've spent there maybe is 4 days. But in those 4 days, I have learned so much about things that they have there that aren't here. The way they handle things in that country and the way we handle things here. Two completely different things. And I only went to Jibada. Jibada is just close to Malawi. Just close. I only went to Jibada. But you can already tell the differences just by being there. You can tell the differences. And you can learn that, oh, these people are probably like this because of this. Or you can see, oh, this is probably why they're more developed. Oh, their currency is stronger. And you can learn a lot of things by just interacting with the people. 4 days. Especially if you're open-minded. 4 days. Now imagine you spend 2-3 weeks there. Won't you learn anything? You will learn something. If they are doing a certain thing that way, you say, why are they doing that? You can even ask, why are you doing it like that? Oh, like that. Okay. Now you've learned something about why they're doing it like that. Okay, so you're doing it like that. We don't do that in my country. You've learned something new. You've learned something. That's how you learn. But everybody was looking past that. And you know what? You understood what I was saying. A lot of you who were arguing with me understood what I was saying, but just because you didn't like what I was saying, y'all chose to argue with me. And that is very childish, because a lot of people were insulting me, and when I check, these people are grown adults or they don't have a profile picture. One of the two, but a lot of the times y'all are grown adults arguing with me, calling me names, insulting me, saying, hey, F you, hey, you B word, hey, you Jan. And y'all are grown adults. Like, you know what? I feel like, that's why I feel like having some life experience is really important, because I don't think me now as a 19-year-old, when I turn 40, like you, I don't think that I will be going on a 19-year-old's page and saying F you bitch to her. I don't think I can do that. I think I would be too busy with life to go and insult a 19-year-old. Honestly, like I genuinely feel like I would be too all over the place to be going on a 19-year-old's page and insulting her. And you're a grown adult. Like, oh my gosh. Some people were just there trying to like tell me that, oh no, you shouldn't post these opinions because and like, first of all, I have an account. It's my account. It's my platform. You can't tell me what I can and cannot post on my platform. I am so sorry. It's just like, people, you need to understand that it's okay to have different opinions. That's fine. People have different opinions every day, all the time. One thing people need to understand that it is fine for you to have a different opinion from somebody else. And if somebody has another opinion, you don't insult them to get your point across. In fact, you look stupid if you start insulting them. You look dumb because now you just look like somebody who cannot have an intelligent conversation. Now imagine you can't have an intelligent conversation and you're a grown adult and you're failing to have an intelligent conversation with a 19-year-old. I'm 19. Y'all are failing to have an intelligent conversation with a 19-year-old. Really? So because you can't have that conversation with a 19-year-old, you now result to insulting the 19-year-old. I'm sorry, maybe I'm losing the point. Maybe I am confused. I don't know. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. The reason why I made that video was I just wanted to spread awareness that a lot of people, you because you don't travel, you don't have an open mind, so you don't understand a lot of the reasons why other people do what they do. And also you don't ask. So besides the traveling, you don't ask them. You don't go, if someone's doing something different from you, you immediately judge and immediately like, oh my God, like you're wrong. Like, but you don't ask. I'm pretty sure if you ask or if you try to live in their lifestyle, if you try to understand them, you will understand them better and you have more life experience. That's what I was talking about. All these other talking points that people were having. Oh, she's talking about foreigners and immigration and illegal immigration and illegal. I was not speaking about those things at all. I never even mentioned the words. But But anyway, guys, that's the reason why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to explain more on the topic so that I am understood better, because I feel like in that video I didn't explain everything. But that's, yeah, I think I clarified a lot of people's concerns with that videos, and the reason why people were so like uptight about it was mainly because they thought I was talking about illegal immigration or whatever, and I didn't even mention those words. I literally just said travel. That's literally what I said. I said you need to get out the house more. That's literally all I said. So you're saying like what? Why do you always comment on what you think I'm saying? Why not just listen to what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want me to talk on any topics, please let me know. I will make sure to get to the topic that you want me to talk about. Just let me know and I'll talk about it. But for now, I gotta go. So yeah, bye. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Notification bell, put it on so you get notified every time I post. And go follow my TikTok. It's Proudly Tamala. And all my other social medias are Proudly Tamala. My Facebook is Tamala Kulevila. But yeah, anyway,